right, so this is figure 10.112, the index. The first sketch is going to start on the right plane so you can keep that proper orientation. And this one looks like it is a diameter of 4. The thickness of this piece is 0.2. And this dimension is going to play a part later on as we continue to move on. Sketch 2 is probably your hardest sketch that you need to create. And it's going to be on this face right here. And it requires a couple circles, a couple lines, and then the circular pattern tool. So that first circle that I'm going to create is the outer one, and it's 3.75. And then the inner circle is up to the bore of 0.2. Or not, I'm sorry, 2. So some of this is going to get trimmed away, some is going to stay, but now what you would want to do is, I'm going to go back to normal too, I'm going to also draw a construction line from the center up to use this for symmetry. Now I'll use a rectangle that snaps coincident here, and I might as well go coincident here as well. These 3 lines, I'm going to select them and then add a a symmetric constraint. And this is 0.3 wide. So I'll add my dimension right here. 3. That will fully define this. I'm also going to delete this line. It's one extra piece that I don't need. I suppose I should redimension. Okay, so 0.3. Some other areas, you could also get rid of this line at the bottom. You don't need that. It's just going to create more clutter later on. So what I'm going to do next is use the circular pattern. And I'm selecting lines 1, 2, and 3. I really don't need the construction line, but I'm adding it. And here's my, I believe it's 22. All right, so that is everything. Now, one issue you're going to find with the extruding is right here. I'm going to point this out. You could either trim it now and just go around the whole thing, trim all of these, or you just select it as you extrude. So I trimmed a couple. I'm going to choose extrude now. Doing an add. Distance is going to be 0.2. And I need to now select each piece. As I mentioned, this is going to create a conflict. This is creating that 0 geometry thickness. So you need to make sure that you select every single one of these. So it's going to take a minute here. If you miss one, it will end up creating an error and you probably won't be able to do the extrude. So just make sure you go around and be patient. This one part. All right, so that's everything. Press Shift 7. You can see what I created here. I can't add the hole for the counterboard here. I'll do that later. And as I mentioned, the thickness here, it plays a part with the next few dimensions. So now I'm starting a sketch on the back face, and I'm going to draw a circle that is a diameter of 2. And I'm going to extrude this. Given a dimension from the front to where this ends is 1.2. But I'm not dimensioning from the front. So I'm going to take the 1.2 and now subtract those two thicknesses of 0.2 and 0.2. So I can do each one independently or just type in 0.4. And that will give me the proper height there. Now I'm building another boss right here. Concentric. This one is a diameter of 1.2. And I need to extrude this at what is 2.3 minus 0.4. Okay. So now I need to remove material from here. So I'll start my sketch. I'm going to go normal to. I'm using the convert tool here. Look at it right here. I need just this circle converted. Now I'm going to draw a construction line for symmetry, the rectangle, arbitrary in size, well, location for now, and the distance or the width on this is hidden. It's very hard to see. It's actually 0.8. It got misplaced when the text was dimensioned, and it falls directly in the center of the counterboard. These three right here are symmetric. That's all I need. It doesn't matter the height, just as long as it extends beyond this, because I'm extruding and removing these two segments. So extrude, remove, clear out this sketch, select the two faces, and the distance for this is 2.3 minus 1.7. All right, now I need to add in my chamfers. This dimension is provided on the upper left, 0.05 at 45. Space. All right, just to give you the heads up, I might have a dimension error in one of my extrudes, but as long as you check your dimensions. Now I need the counterbore here. So to use the hole tool, I just need a point at the origin. Okay, now I can exit my sketch, choose the hole tool, and here are my dimensions. You'll see that it's a drill of 0.4, a counterbore diameter of 0.6, and a depth of 0.3. Select my point. This puts the counterbore through. My hole location is clearly off, so let me edit the sketch. These two concentric, actually coincident. That will adapt this. I do believe I have a dimension error here, but that's how I would go about this. Make sure you check all of your measurements.